I used to be a skinny and unconfident kid. The guy whom you see gets bullied in class almost every day, or the weird kid in your class whom you think's a loser, who just comes home and plays computer games on his living room chair and just consumes content from YouTube gamers. Yeah, I was that guy, bro. Even after 6 years since primary school, I still find it a bit hard to let's say start a conversation with girls. Sure, it's easier now at the age of 17 for me to talk to girls and socialize with them.
There's a temporary malfunction.
But sometimes I just feel like I need practice, I need exposure. But at the very least, if there's one thing I could teach you, it's about how I became more confident in myself over time. My own lack of confidence led me to many bad experiences. It resulted in me waiting years before I even confessed to my first crush in primary school. And if you don't feel confident in yourself at all, life will feel like shit. Trust me. You'll miss out on your social life because you're just too afraid to be the initiator and ask people out. And you'll be left consciously overthinking whether or not your crush likes you. But it's all because you just don't want to confess to her. You just don't want to ask her out or something. But you can see it's all creating so much anxiety and pressure in your mind that eventually you'll start to feel overwhelmed over time. You can probably relate to me a lot with this. People will think that you're an overthinker. People might think you're weird, that you overthink about this kind of shit, and because of that, you can't even stay present in the conversations that you have with your family, your friends, anybody. So, how do you become more confident in yourself? First of all, I think we need to define what confidence means. To me, confidence is just like a feeling of self-assurance. It's like knowing you're capable of doing something because you've had the knowledge or you have the experience to do that particular thing. Confidence is just like trusting yourself and believing that throughout all these failures, these messed up opportunities, even if let's say you fail miserably or badly, whatever, in the end you still think that you're gonna be okay. So let's say right now, if you're watching this kind of video, let's just say you're studying for an exam and you're very stressed and you hopefully want to get some advice from somebody who have probably experienced the same kind of shit that you do. You were confident in yourself, then of course you will feel that you were capable of doing the exam, right? Because you've experienced the pain of grinding in your studies and you've literally disciplined yourself to study for so long, no matter how you felt. So of course with enough practice, with enough revision, of course you will feel like, hey, you know what? I got this. I mean, unless you accidentally did some shit the night before the exam, then I'd say you're pretty safe. Now, how do you gain confidence? Well, you set some goals for yourself and you work towards them persistently and relentlessly. And this is where most people find it hard to accept, Even if let's say you had a jacked body right now and you could literally go and take pics of yourself half naked, you probably would still feel somewhat unconfident, especially around girls. You know why? Because you haven't experienced what it's like to go through 1,000 workouts to reach this point. This body that you dreamed of when you were 6 or 7, you of all people should know that that's something that you need to work hard for. You've only experienced the feeling of achieving the goal, but there was no real meaning to it because you haven't experienced the journey that it took for you to achieve that goal. So those thousands of workouts that you did, those insane amounts of studying time that you put into your studies, those times when you got rejected by your crushes miserably despite everything that you try to get them to like you, those times when you had to be lonely in order to find the good friends who truly do care about you, all those times have to add up to something, right? In the end, it's really the journey that counts and not the destination. It's the experiences that you have to go through to become, let's say, more social. It's the consistent work that you must do if you want to do well in your studies or business, etc. Or it's the intense workouts that you have to hit if you want to get that attractive V-taper body that you've been dreaming of since you were young. For me personally, over the years I became slowly more confident in myself because I've given myself the opportunity to socialize and kind of open up to people. Of course, it wasn't easy because I'm actually quite an introverted guy, and after months and years of experience, though it wasn't all that good, by the way, there was times where I was also very cringe around people. But having been through my own authentic experiences, I'm giving myself the exposure I need to form good, connections with people, with all kinds of people. Despite being an introvert myself, you know, it's not very easy to like actually put yourself out there and show off your personality and your traits to the world. Maybe you might think like you're some loser who doesn't deserve friends or whatever. But wouldn't you want to try and give it a shot at least? You know, maybe you lost your best friend or something. Maybe your friends, they betrayed you, they did nasty shit to you. But of course, if you really want to live the life that your future self would want, why not just give it a shot? And don't just give up halfway because you messed up somewhere. Look, I know how scary it can be to like socialize, especially if you're an introvert watching this. And I think if you really feel quite lonely and you want to start like becoming more social around people, I think honestly it's a good practice for you to start like talking to people casually. You know, it doesn't have to be like very, very deep conversations. It can just be like small talk or something. And honestly, if you ever feel like you wanna do something in life but you just can't feel the courage to go and do that thing, let this video be the guide that you need if you feel like you lack confidence in like anything in life and you want to build that up. If you're interested in joining our community, click the subscribe button and turn on the post notification bell so you don't miss a video when I put one out. And if you want to see more videos from me, consider checking out my latest video right here. And with that said, take care and I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Whew.